A brand new week, another episode. It is the Dawning Experience with Malebogo. On today's episode, I'm joined by a self-published author, Malebogo Motlhasedi. She will be telling us more about her journey as an author. Do enjoy our show.
Let me take this moment to welcome you, Malebogo, on the Dawning Experience. Hi, Musaka.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. I've been looking forward to hosting you because you're a young person. I'm like, I'm ready for this person.
Is it?
Very much. Usually I start ka ho but who is Malebogo?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Malebogo Motlhasedi. Well, I don't like the name, but yeah.
I always say this, guys, if you like English, let it stay for ID.
Honestly, serious.
Because I've got the English name, but did you love my ID? Then I
I
use
might
the
have to make peace with it, guy. Let me solve your own little bit.
Yes.
And there's a time where it was used for school foundation face back end. So many people know it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. Malebogo Motlhasedi.
Hello, Malebogo, coming from Northwest and Atlamosoet. When was that?
Okay, I was actually born in Soweto.
Mm-hmm.
I am, what can I say? I'm a combination of both Soweto and
Northwest.
but I'm literally from Northwest. My hometown is Rustenburg, Maologane village, a very small village called Maologane. I was born here in Soweto, 1996, the 6th of August, in Chris Hani Hospital.
Yes.
And then I moved home. It was actually, I was born here by the arrangement of the grandparents, smaller arrangement home and better hospitals and whatever. So that's how I was born here. And then I went home to stay with my mom, where my home is basically at. Then it wasn't for so long. I only stayed with my mom for the first 5 years of my life. But on the 5th year of my life, I had to relocate from home because of starting school,
Yes.
Rural area dramas, whatever. That's when I started. I had to come and live full time in Johannesburg. So I came and moved into Soweto with my father from 2004. I believe it was 2004, if not 2004, 2002. So
Yes.
I moved to Johannesburg 2002. Then I began grade 1, the coming year, 2003.
So how in Soweto are we talking about Dobson?
Dobsonville.
So we're representing Dobsonville here because both of us are from Dobsonville.
Yeah. So Dobsonville was my hood. I started living. I actually lived there for my entire life. I can say that because I'm only 26 now. I only moved out from Dobsonville last year, December. So 20 years of my life was spent in Dobsonville. Full time in Dobsonville. I only visit home during school holidays to go and see mommy. But it was not even all the school holidays. It would be March for Good Friday, June, September we would not go home. December would just go for 1 week and come back home. So I literally started schooling in Dobsonville in DSJ Primary.
Shout out. And I remember I saw Libuikanyo. There was once there. I didn't go to that school, but I know it.
Yeah.
And then you moved to Fort High School because we are both the product of Fort High School.
I actually went to the best township schools ever.
People don't speak about how Fort has immersed into being the great high school.
It is.
From us having to survive, the tormenting of, Kokasi, they would say, oh, Lunali gets a Model C. That's, what we experienced, go for it. But we kept on moving and say, you know what, we are going to keep shining and being the best. How was your experience, go for it?
Before I went to Fort, my sister, the one that, the firstborn, was schooling go for it. So growing up, before I even wanted school, whatever, my dad was like, "Oh, yeah, go for it."
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even cross question it or but I knew how to couple. So I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I enrolled, go for it. It's actually distant compared to the college like George calls a PJ from my home.
Yeah.
I would walk family members were against it. I used to be fat. I'm fat now, but hey. Hey.
Yeah.
There's a grandmother of mine that once said, Malebogo, o tlo fitlha ko Fort Wayne. Why did we say Fort? O tlo tsena sekolo se. And actually my dad.
Why
We are men,
Exactly.
we are men, you made friends. If all
Along
our change,
the
you
way.
still meet another one until I completed go for it. And to be honest, I wouldn't say to someone don't go for it. I still believe it is still producing, it is still a good school. For me, I don't even regret going to any private school because I got the best. If I didn't go to the schools that I've been on, today. So
wow, you know the first. With me, I literally fought with my parents. I wanted another school, but now my mom was like, "How are you, Mo? You're going to fight because your siblings sparkle fought." So I'm like, So we can now we are like, okay, kita wanna copy. But you know, we went there, we schooled, and
Nashim, I didn't even have a doubt. My first sister went to go for it, the second one went to go George because the one that I come after was go George because man, it's about to go for it. I didn't even say why I got to get fine.
you are okay.
And it was
with
even good because they left. The first one left. When I started go for it, they were actually not there anymore. It was just me and my dad. The other one got married in 2009. The other one completed matric in 2009. They literally moved out the same year. I don't was still back in her own home. The other one went to my mom after matric, the one that was good. So since from then, it was just me and my dad. So it was like chaos. As long as I'm trying. So what you wanted a near distance?
Not really. I wanted out of Soweto. I was that person. I wanted to be out of Soweto, but hey, it didn't work out, unfortunately. But hey, moving along. So here's you. I'm not sure if your writing started while you were Fort or was it while you were Gobi Ganyu. When did it start? Because it was from a young age.
I actually started writing Gobi Ganyu at grade 6.
Wow.
I started writing Gobi Ganyu, and still the same reasons that I was writing here were the same reasons that made me start writing from that young age. Not really Wala. Even at that time, it was not basically poems or quotes or whatever. It was events happening in my life that time. Auntie passed away. I couldn't say, hey, this is what happened to my friends. This is how I feel. I actually write about it. The resting the awakening, the relationship we had. It was actually most the negatives or the painful events that happened. I used to write about that. Grade 7, I was still Gobi guy and I lost a friend. Not the friend changed school. It was everything I got so I had to write about it because I was emotionally swamped. Okay, I lost a part of me. It still went to a book. I then continued. When I started go for a lot of challenges, a lot of things. As I that much onto it like before. I always had a book, of what I would write. I would read quotes. Roses are red, violet are blue.
Yeah. Because remember, you had that notebook, whatever that you have, or whatever that you feel.
So, yeah, I used to have that. The lyrics, all of it. Create things, write things that don't have a meaning. Then my sister had left the poem, but another book she was given by a friend. It was a gift, actually. It was a choir. Read those poems, still because I was that child that was grounded. Papa we are starting, so it was school, home. The other challenge, the activities, primary and middle school, which is TSJ and Biganya. I was too much onto activities. Like Biganya was in Moscow too, I was in short, you name them. Primary I was in choir, in whatever. High school, my dad and cats. High school is corrupt. High school is this, you cannot be part of this. So I don't want, even school trips, it was shortened. You do not attend any school trips. It was only those that I would attend. So that's how it went. Hey. I ended up having King Walana because I somehow lose them. When I lose another, I start another. But not paying attention onto it. I never even thought nah, I'd be a writer one day or I'll sit down and like publish something. I never.
So, no, I'm looking from that journey. How long did it take you to say, you know what, I'm going to write this book?
You know, last year, April, due to challenges that I was encountering, it was last year, April. It was like this, it was not a planned thing.
Mm.
You know, can I highlight something as well before I even over explain me?
Yes.
I believe that in the life that I'm living is more of a born life. It's not a created one.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's something that you cannot pick because one, I'm an educator, two, I'm a writer. But they were two new things that I had said I want to. They were not the toppest of my list or any of my goals.
Yes.
But they ended up being what I felt or I suit and I belong and I fit in because of life, how it turned out. What I actually wanted, it became south.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe our writers are not, they are born, they're not made. Because there are people that would say, I wrote for years, just a small book,
yes,
like the one that you hold in. If I wrote this A5 book for 4 years, or but for me, it's a different story. It's a different story. Hence, I'm saying I believe that it was where I was supposed to pass, what I was supposed to do. It was not really a pick and choose situation. It was just everything was just guided. Oh, okay, this is what you're gonna do. I was actually pushed because every time I'd open my laptop, it would be because I'm not feeling okay or I'm dodging something. Then I have to go there. Even when I said today I'm not going to do anything, I'll end up going to the laptop anyway. So,
you know, now here's the book.
Written faith. With the faith, there's a lot that transpired. There's a lot of things that, pain is something, it drags you, like you said, for your pain dragged you to go into your laptop and writing. Your pain, it's experiences that depression. You survived depression. Please take me through that.
Yeah. Okay. As I said, last year, April, that's when I decided for it. I want to write, but I didn't start writing. From the earliest months of, I think it was February. I went for counseling. I feel like I'm going through a lot and I cannot bottle things to myself anymore. Otherwise, I'm going to lose myself. I was sick as well. I was sick. I was having the faintings or faint, most faint. I couldn't handle pressure anymore.
Is this happening as you are a teacher or it's just?
I was not yet employed. I was waiting for my degree. I had a diploma, but I was waiting for my degree. I was not working anyway. I was still in that, it was early last year. I was still in that awkward time where I was going through a lot. There was illnesses. Well, the illnesses had started before. I taught before in a private school. Then I lost my job. Out of the blue, nothing happened. Then I lost my job. Okay, fine. I started beating myself up about it. What happened? I still got opportunities. There's an opportunity that I had got from Lambton, a very good school. They hired me, passed an interview. I called them the following morning. I'm not coming. Why? That's when I realized, there's something happening with me. I'm not okay. And the things that hurt me, actually, there are things that I cannot run away from. Usually, people say that you choose friends, you choose partners, boyfriends, you choose your second. But for me, it was different because many events that were happening from home. So it was just something else. I felt from home, I'm not okay. And it has been something that has been going on for long.
And you've been keeping quiet about
Exactly.
it.
I don't even know who to talk to. So for me, the first person I literally opened up to, like on a clean slate, was my social worker. That's why I went for counseling because I like so I don't know Kizuma, but opposite the Tepo Temple Hospital.
You know what I love about that, with us Relebatu, when you're going through a lot, you say, I'm not going to go for counseling. But the fact that you decided, I need help, that was the first step. The fact that you went out and said, let me go to a psychologist or a social worker, like you say, it shows how you decided to just say, I'm tired of bottling things. I'm tired of being locked into this. Let me just go out there. Because we're not about to a society like, almost staging, you are going through your own things. But you took the step.
It was even clear to a lot of people because I had lost massive weight. I was big. I'm known as Stola, support guys. But I was slim. I lost weight. I was black. I was going through the most. So I started opening up to that social work. Then when I opened up to that social worker, there's a sister of mine from Northwest. Well, she's a cousin. She's married to my cousin. I take her as my sister. She's not biologically my sister, but she's my cousin's wife. Married to my cousin. She reached out to me, head for me. I'm going through some things. Then she wanted my numbers, looked for me. Now what's happening? The minute I went through, I told her, you know what I'm going through is too much. So rather, when I go to the sessions, when I come back, I tell you what we were talking about so that you know everything. Then fine, we agreed to that. Then that was the arrangement. I went through that with her. The second time I told her from the second session that when I came back from my sessions, she was like, wait till Malebogo from since I got married to your brother. Every time I came I'd see who not okay. So the minute I heard Malebogo is going through 1, 2, and 3, I had to make a plan because I knew I stole it from they not even knew. It is just that in Nakima code, I don't have much power. I don't even have. So she decided to own up, and for me it was difficult because I grew up being a wall to a point where I'm the youngest. I have 2 sisters and a brother. Well, a brother is my father's child, but we're not actually in any contact. 2 sisters and a little sister. But I grew up being the main person. My sisters showed both of my sisters' shoulder, both my parents' shoulder, to a point where I felt, this is now too much for me. It's draining. Young God, it's damaging me emotionally, psychologically. I'm not okay. I'm not coping anymore. Because I have to come listen to you as my sister, listen to another one, advice. Guys, I even feel actually.
And your cup was so empty. What's the point?
Yeah, no. But it comes to a point, I felt I need them. The same way I'm there for everyone, I'm there even for their kids. I need my sisters come. I actually did the rent. It's that cousin sister that stood up and became a sister. They actually, it was actually a point where it was a chance for them to say, let her fall down. Because it's this comparisons of saying who studied further than who did who's better, all of that drama. And not only that, the mentality that we grow up in, or that we grow up feeling ourselves that we tend to judge and know a person's life before we even see who feel like I. Now I grew up being a smiley person, always happy and all of that.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't see or feel anything that was happening around me, but because it was the only best way to handle things. She's not even good at anything. The time they realized, this one is actually good compared to all of us. That's why it started hinting. My lowest, to them it becomes something they can. But with God and with whatever, I decided to do this.
Yeah.
And then that's April. That's when I wanted to write, but I didn't start writing. I wanted to write April. I feel holy. Fine, my sessions are canceling their failure. Yeah. I'm still gonna go through some of the things because sharp. I had to move here from Dobsonville because of scenarios. Even my social worker, everyone was suggesting how you move because the main problem was home. Then I moved and stayed at a friend's place, Comday. I stayed at a friend's place, Comday. The few days that I played, or the first week, I don't know, May, June, I stayed 2 months. Go there. I get about conclusion out of it. It was fine. It was a supportive family. Well, and the friend was a bit older than me. We met go college. We met go college, so she was 5 years older than me, but we were very close. She was more of a sister, so she didn't mind me staying until I get myself together. Challenge, I cannot meet anymore with my social worker. Okay, come then. The social worker is go. Sadek, it's far. We cut sessions, we continue careful, then you are as long as you find. Okay.
But
then,
were you fine? That's what
I was not. I was
because you
I was
cut
better.
sessions. Yeah.
I was better. Then I came back June to go home. Not to go and stay, but I went home because I had graduation. I was graduating, going this. When I graduated, people were saying, go alone. Anyone, you're not okay, you're gonna open, you're gonna open wounds.
Yeah.
Despite what is happening, I believe in doing things right. I went home, a lot of Baba, I graduated. We went to Pretoria. Even on my graduation pictures that you missed at home, I get them.
You were not okay.
Yeah, I saw more, I'm not fine. Then after that, Kalgopo, my friend, you know what? I cannot continue staying here. I'm far from everything. To people in Shabu, to everyone, they saw at least I'm going through it. But that's what I wanted. I wanted people to see that I'm not okay. But not for them to take decisions for me. Stay there, do this, do that. So I went back home. Not for a long time. I went back home. Another period in graduation. We went to graduation labor, but then when we came back, I took myself I got clinic, got the God, you know what? I'm not okay emotionally. This is what happened. This is what I went through. They started taking me blood. I explained that because that's where I was when I was fainting. They went, they were checking everything for what was happening. It was just draining. It was too much. Then I told them, this is my situation. I feel depression. They checked. I cannot cope. Oh, as well, I also had found out spiritual journeys.
I'm gonna get in on that because that's the thing it's already that you talking about now because we need to get on that spiritual journey, that thing that happened.
So, fine. I went to clinic, they tested me still. They still didn't pick up anything. Then, at least I got fortunate doctors, by the they understood what was happening. But because we do see, there are times where I even shake. So they were like, you know what, it is going to put you on your knees. So because of this is more mental than physical or whatever, we can rather see as doctors. Then they had advice how can we help this person? Then they decided, you know what, we're going to help you and be the same person that you were. It won't be a one-day thing. By doing that, we have to put you on medication. I was like, fine, even if you don't find it, they didn't find it on my dad, of course. Then they put me on depression medication for, I think, 2 weeks. I took depression medication for 2 weeks. It was on a monitored dosage. This week I'll drink full dosage, then the next week full dosage. Then I went back. when they checked me, I had signs of anxiety.
Nothing painful like that.
Then when I had signs of anxiety, they put me on anxiety medication for balancing the emotions that and how I
So
am.
now you are taking a lot of medicine. Go give medication.
No, I had stopped the wild depression.
What, 2
I
weeks?
only took it for 2 weeks and then went to anxiety medication. Then I also took it for I think 3 weeks here. Then after more I had to go clinic. Or bank check. When they checked me, babon okay, cycle sharp. Problem I'm body pains. Because remember, from all the many sicknesses, it's been sicknesses that is jam or for like so literally, main house is stable. I had to be cleaning the pain regularly. Pain. I think I did that for a month or 3 weeks. Bang for the police the pain.
You know what? The mental health part, we'll definitely speak about that. Now, mental health is one of the most crucial things that we're experiencing in our country. Here's you as Malebogo, the spiritual. I don't know if it should say spiritual journey or calling or what is it?
What a question.
Yeah.
What a question. Well, I hope my statement will explain it better because then
I wish I tried.
I tried once again. I tried to understand it to the most best way I possibly can do, but yeah, but what I can say is that mental health, right? Mental health is very serious. And now I believe it is not only people systemic, if not people systemic, it does not make it right for women sharp.
Yeah.
Because it was not picked on my system, but I still persisted for I'm not okay. Yeah. Because why good you know yourself when you are okay and when you're not. So yeah, it has to start from you. And the reason to write about this, it was to be out there, to spread the way to babang that are like me. Especially in our age group, my age group, we are going through a lot. We are going through a lot with breaking cases, with generational cases. We just out there fighting for a better life.
Yeah.
But some of us don't even make it. We pass on, we kill ourselves. I've been there, I know where I want to finish with my life. But when you have something you can hold on, then a lot can happen. I'm not saying it's fine now, but it's better. It gets better every day. As I said, time heals almost everything. It does not heal everything, but you get used to some yeah. And then coming to my spiritual calling or journey, I can say it was a very tough decision one that almost didn't. It nearly took me to my grave because I'm actually born by a traditional healer. My biological father is a traditional healer. From when I was born, the strange part of it, my sister that I come after, from when I was still young. Because not supposed to wear all those superstitions. So I grew up, it was fed on our minds. I grew up sharp because whatever, everything. Yes,
Yeah.
Confidently so. And then because of the chaos so they had to I'm the one that remained there. Joined
Okay, here's you from another church. You were saying Pentecostal. You saying from there.
Okay, so I'd visit Pentecostal Holiness Church in Northwest regularly when I'm home. But as time went on, I realized that is not where I belong or where I fit. I then continually stayed and remained at the Lutheran Church in Dobsonville, going there ever since, until my spiritual realm started. I didn't even know that it was a spiritual realm that was going on. It was just illnesses. Now me, I was seeing illnesses, continuous illnesses. I lost my job, as I had mentioned, that I had lost my job, not because I had resigned or because I had done. It was just a relationship happening between the principal and me that had got ruined from nowhere. Then I found myself not having a job anymore. Fine. From that, I started having a first illness. That was 2018. I had my first illness in 2018 where I was partially blind. I was losing my sight. I don't know where was that coming from. I went to clinic. As usual, I'm used to going to the clinic. I went to the clinic. I went to the doctors. They couldn't find anything on my system. But they would give me painkillers. As the other doctor in the report said, maybe you're going to have high blood because of your weight. You have weight. Probably the signs of losing sight sometimes is high blood. Okay, fine. Then he gave me some medication, but not for high blood, for balancing blood pressure. I took those pills. Then I got sick. From the first dosage that I took, I got literally sick. I went to Dobsonville clinic. When I got to a clinic, they said you are not even supposed to get this medication from the beginning because there's nothing on your system. I got there by the time that it was closed or it was around 4 p.m. I went to the emergency side. They checked my blood pressure, they checked everything, why I was given the medication that I was given. It didn't correlate. Then they decided that you should come for a checkup. I went, still nothing was found on the system. Instead, I was getting worse, losing my hearing now. I could only hear, but from a shorter distance. That's when I went home, where I was staying at home with my father, and had a one-on-one session with him. Said, "Wow, I'm in a position that I'm getting sick. You see, I'm staying with you. I'm getting sick. It's getting worse each and every day. There's something. No one knows what is happening with me. What is exactly happening? Because I'm gonna end up losing myself. Can you please check me? Since when you're a traditional healer that uses bones, please throw the bones so that I can see."
Yeah.
He did that. He threw down the bones and said, "No, everything is fine, my child. You are fine. You are healed. I'll just see what I can do to balance your system, but not the traditional things because there's nothing that I'm seeing. Everything is fine. It is just changes." I'm like, everything is fine. I'm losing my sight. I'm losing my hearing. Everything is fine. I then decided to go out for the first time in my life, ever since I had been born. That's when I had decided, oh, I want to go out and check traditionally what is happening.
Go to someone else.
Go to someone else. Because there's this myth that says traditional healers do not check their own kids.
Yes.
So, but my dad Shem is not the person that will allow you. He is persistent that I'm going to do it. From ever since we've been growing, he's the one that checks the yard, works, everything. He's the one that does everything for us. He does not allow anyone else to come and check if everything is fine or whatever. So he's that person. He'd say people are going
now all along he's seeing you going to the clinics, going all these places. Why is he not saying something? Or because he doesn't want you guys to go outside. Why isn't he checking you?
That was what made me feel holy. I want to go outside. I was seeing this guy that was half Tonga and half Tswana, but based in a Tonga home because his mother and father are not married yet. So he told his mother about my condition. He was actually the one that was going with me to clinics, doctors and everything. Then the mother said, "We have a traditional healer here, a Tonga traditional healer. Can't you go and check if there's something happening or what's up?" We went to the Tonga traditional healer. When we got there, it was a grandmother. She works with bones. With bones as well. She checked me and she also said, "There's nothing wrong with you. the only thing that you need to do, you need to go home to your mother. Your mother needs to speak to the ancestors for you on your behalf, to teach you how to connect with your ancestors. What is the right manner to do to connect with your ancestors? Then there were smaller things that were highlighted. I went home after that to my mom, Rustenburg.
Yes.
When I got there, I mentioned the smaller things because I know how my family is. I mentioned the smaller irrelevant things that were happening, but highlighted that, Mommy, this is what they said you must do for me. I must know how to connect with my ancestors, speak to my ancestors, know who to call, all the calling that I have to do. My mom was surprised. Why am I supposed to do that? I couldn't even say that. They said this is more spiritual because now I know my spiritual calling, being my sisters. I don't even think it's mine. I was like, maybe it's a procedure that I have to do and get through with it. My mom did that. After doing that, we woke up. My sisters were there. It was school holiday, so even their kids, everyone was there. We woke up 12 midnight. She switched on the candles, the pour, everything, the wax. Called my ancestors, told me who to call, who I was named after.
And you've never done those things?
No, I have never. I only see them doing it, my mom and dad, but I have never individually done that.
Now, what does this do to you? Okay, you were sick, I understand. You are coming from this person, and then now you are being introduced to this. What is going on to you?
Well, I don't want to lie, I was fine because despite that I'm from a home that I was introduced to a church. My father was a traditional healer. I was staying with him, just the two of us. He does not have a hut where he works on or whatever. He was actually using my bedroom to do many of his things. People would bathroom. So it was actually not that new, but it was just strange and emotionally killing me that why is this happening? Why is this done? Why are all these things done to me? But okay, fine. After that, a week after I became fine, I started seeing properly. My ears opened up, everything was fine. I came back to Johannesburg. My father doesn't know anything, by the way, because it's that you're not going anywhere type of situation. I went home and it had to end between my mother and myself and my siblings. Even my mother would say, you will not tell this to your father because your father's going to go insane when he knows that you went to someone else to go and check. You were not even supposed to from the first place. But I don't know why. If there's nothing to hide, why am I not supposed to go and check? So I was like, okay, fine. I became fine. From that, I started having breathing problems. I couldn't breathe. My lungs, I once thought I had asthma. I would go to the chemist and buy asthma pills because I can see that I cannot breathe. They'll tell them I cannot breathe. They'll give me white asthma pills. Until I went back to the clinic and the doctors, they told me you don't have asthma. So it was back to square one. That time it was in the midst of separating with my ex. I cannot go back to him and say, let's go back to because there's clearly something happening. I explored. I told my friend, the friend that I was studying at Southwest College with, that I'm going through this. She considered that she goes and accompanies me at that ZCC in George Koch. That's how we went as finding out about this. When I got there, it was about the issue was my breathing problems and the challenges that I'd have with my dad. Me and my dad would clash. I grew up my dad being everything. Yeah. Everyone would know that if Malebogo can say my dad, it's done. But I came to a point where we would clash, fight about even a small thing. I don't know what is causing the fights. So it was too much for me. I went to the CC and I was checked. When I got them, they told me that your body is full of traditional medication. We cannot do anything to help. We can just guide you. And this is a spiritual thing. You have a spiritual calling. What is making you and your father clash? It is the calling that you have. Your father needs to know that you have a calling. I'm surprised the calling. I don't know anything about a calling. And I grew up not believing in ZCC because I'm from a Lutheran church. I grew up, that time I was not even attending my church because I felt like I'm betraying my own church and my own teachings. I had took break from going to church. They gave me the dialer to follow. I don't know what it is called in English. To follow, but they told me to never ever come back to the church again. To go and look for help where I'm supposed to get help, which is in a traditional, formative, formal way that I'm from, that I grew up from, and I should speak to my dad, ask for answers from him. How do I even ask for my dad's answers? Because he doesn't even know that I'm at the CC now, the second place.
He doesn't want you to go there.
So they gave me water, salt, soap. I don't remember what else to bath with, so that things can get better. I went home, did those things. The relationship got better. It still was a confirmation that these things it's still going back. Every time I do a spiritual thing that they say I must do, that it's spiritually going, it happens and it works out. Then everything was better. I continued with my life. Then 2020, I think it was 2020, I'm not sure. It's when I had a confirmation that this is real. I went to a driving school, 2 driving schools. The other one, I had challenges in driving. The instructor took my money, didn't want to help me book. It was just too much. Then I went for the second one. When I went to the second one, I almost got raped by someone that has a partner. The partner is a lawyer. There's a point where you get molested or sexually harassed by someone that you see that it suits this person. But there are people that would even do something, and when they are even asked about it, they are like, I don't even remember, I don't know what happened at hotel. But it didn't happen because we ended up fighting to a point where they were supposed to go and test. I failed. After failing, I had to report what happened. After reporting what happened, the owner of the driving school had then decided that, okay, what is the solution? Because me saying that you open a case is going to be something else. You're going to open a case, but for this guy, it's a guy that we all know. Yes, it's normal that guys ask girls out, but what you are explaining that happened, it was hands-on, pants being and dressed, whatever. It was just too much drama. How are we going to resolve this? We had to call him, the guy. We called him, we sat down with him. He did say, I don't remember, I don't know what happened. I only saw when she acted out. But what led me to that situation, honestly, I was up for opening up a case. Then the owner had convinced me that, you know what, opening a case is going to be something else. This guy has a partner. The partner is a lawyer. It being a lawyer, she's pregnant. You can imagine when you are heavily pregnant, anything can happen. So please, for us, can we just end it here? Reconcile, not just take it further. Fine. Then I concluded it there. I didn't go further with it. But I felt that there's something happening with me. I went to another healer that I got from another friend, actually. A friend
So now it's a lot of healers that you go into, and
that I was getting the same confirmation that spiritual calling. I went to another healer being directed by a UNICEF friend that I had met. She was also, my fortunate part was that many of my people are older. So I can actually say to them, I'm going through 123 so they can help. That person said, my family goes through this family doctor that you can consider. I considered that doctor. It's at Swana one, actually. Well, at ZCC when I had went, they said your journey is still going to be long. So it being long, you'll get the right part. They mentioned that I'm still going to get challenges until I do the right thing and I get at the right place. I went to the traditional healer. It's on a traditional healer. He's from Botswana, but stays in Kagiso. I went there. He has a heart outside. Went to consult. When I was consulting, he uses bones just like my dad. The bones, it was actually familiar. I was feeling broken. Like, yeah, I'm whole. I know this. When he checked, he was still saying the same thing. There's nothing wrong. I'm like, guys. But now it's like I'm insane. What's happening? He told me you have a spiritual calling. This calling is clashing with your father's calling because he is the one that is supposed to open up with you and tell you that you do have this calling for your things to go well. I don't even know when I'm supposed to go to a certain to get initiated or what kind of a calling am I supposed to do. I haven't told my father anything. He then as well told me about the things that I should dream, the things that I should see. My things are not yet all revealed. I should know how this certain person passed away, what happened. He's talking about grannies, aunts, people that passed away long ago. Others I know by names, others I don't even know, others I was not even part of their lives. I went there as angry as hell. I said, I'm going to delete the numbers. I'm not even coming back to this person because he's telling me all sorts of these things and he wants me to make it with my dad. I didn't do it until everything that he was saying happened. I started dreaming. I started seeing. There were points where I would go to my dad, tell him I'm seeing 1, 2, and 3. This person passed away like this. I would see things that I don't know where they're coming from. And when they happen, I cannot even control it.
Yes.
I dream. When I tell my dad about the dream, he'd say, come, let me give you a cleansing. He'd plug water, do his things, want me. But he was not helping me.
He's not telling you.
He was still not telling me. Until I went back to the doctor, when the healer, when I saw what he was saying was right. I looked for his numbers, started afresh, went back to him, told him, Daddy, this is what is happening. I saw everything that you were talking about. So can we please now continue telling me what I'm supposed to do? Then he laughed at me. He told me that you just need to bath. Then after bathing, then that's when I'm going to see what is happening. He then took me to his backyard. That's where I was cleansed. After being cleansed, he went back to the bones. After checking the bones said, where is my white toque that I'm supposed to wear? Then he asked me, where's my white toque? I said, I don't have a white toque. I only remembered that when I went to the first healer, she told me about the white candle. Now, when they told me about the white toque, it matched. I was like, oh my word, so it means finally I have arrived. Because from all the healers that I have went on to, then it means that's where I'm supposed to be. Then I went and agreed to the white toque. From the white toque, I ended up wearing prophetic clothes. I'm actually having a prophetic outfit. Before I wore, I had to go and wear my toque. I was still going to do it without my father knowing because I cannot open up to him. Well, the day I went to wear, my things didn't happen. I couldn't wear until I had to go home. I was told that go to the mountains because you cannot open you cannot open up to your father. Go to the mountain and plead with your ancestors to reveal it to your father what is happening with you. Mm-hmm. I saw it as a long process because my father is here. I can just simply go and sit down with him and tell him what is happening before I end up dying. I then decided to go to my dad, sat down with him, Dad, this is what is happening. I'm going through 1, 2, and 3. But now I don't understand it because I know my sister having it. My father was like, no. You know, when you were growing, there's this thing of liking the things that I do, and there's this thing that you have. I realized that you had a calling from 5 years. From the things that you were doing and from what you were dreaming, what you were saying, how you acted. I started then regularly bathing you, cleansing you so that you can manage to finish school, complete and do all of your things. So I do know about your calling. You do have a calling.
But you've been going to him. You've been going to him and saying, Daddy.
Then I asked, why did you not allow me to do all of these things? Why? He said that because he felt it was going to be too much. He felt that it was going to end because he managed to block it then. He felt it was going to be blocked for forever. But he believes that he wants everything to go well for me. I should go get whatever that I have to do. Whatever that he has to do, he has to do and not himself.
And then the father love, I think him trying to protect you, not wanting you to fall into that journey that he is in.
I guess.
So it's probably that.
Because there's a time that before I went to his sister, before I opened up to him, I went to his sister, told him what was happening. He has a sister that stays here in extension 11. That middle inside. She actually said to me, let me go and take you to the Alleluia Ministries Church so that they pray for you, take this thing out. I was not mentioning anything about the journey, but she was talking about taking things out from me, from my system. They would pray for me and then I'll be fine. But I didn't believe in those Alflukau churches. He wanted to take me to Alflukau church specifically. I didn't believe in that until another friend of mine. No, she didn't, but she's also a Muzalwane person. She told me I have an anointing. So it was an anointing, it was a gift, it was whatever.
Yeah.
So until I went,
just a lot.
yeah, I went to the church in Gahri. So I didn't even know the Hila had a church until I had to go deep into it. Then it's St. Thomas Apostolic Church, where I did my things, where I got my cleansing, where I got the final healing, I believe. Though I didn't go to a certain, I don't have beads or whatever, it's not that complicated because even my own father doesn't have a beads that he wears on a regular basis or whatever. So yeah, I dream, I see, I prophesy.
Yeah. So, in closing, let's wrap up. Time heals almost everything. Then there comes the book Faith. What is your aim with this book for someone who wants to buy this book?
My aim for someone that wants to buy this book, it is to amongst all to motivate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually selling this book to motivate, to inspire, to stand out firm, saying that I am the product of pain. I can say that. I know how it feels like to be alone. I know how it feels like to be with people and feel like you're alone. I know how it feels like to be for everyone but not have anyone to be there for you. I know the four corners of this life. So me saying buy my book is that maybe from reading my story you'll feel better, or it will build you somewhere where you're breaking to see that there's still hope, there's still life. I'm standing here even today, firmly for saying that I am still not where I wanted to be by this very point, but where I am supposed to be and where I'm chosen to be, because everyone is born and with a purpose. We all have journeys that we need to embark. It's very important that we find ourselves, find our journeys, we accept our situations, and we live, because no matter how much pain you go through or how many obstacles you can come across, life doesn't wait for us to heal. It does not wait for us to heal. The more you wait and drown onto a situation, the more your life gets destroyed. So if you stand up, pick yourself up, try to fight, even when you don't see hope or when people see you as a dead person walking, it's fine. You will get there someday. I did. So yeah, that's how I'm hoping to motivate some people that would like to buy. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, Malebogo, where can people get your book?
Okay, my book can be reached as per requested order from me personally. Either from reaching me through my email or my phone numbers, contact details. So you can reach me at 079 640 3391 or email me on malebogo1@gmail.com, or go through my Facebook page, inbox me. I am Malebogo Motlhasedi. Yeah. For now, because I'm still working on making it an ebook. Well, it has by codes for being an ebook for those that can buy it online. While I'm still fixing the issue of it being in libraries and bookstores for now. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, and we do really appreciate you taking time out. That was the episode today with the self-published author Malebogo Motlhasedi. We really got to get into her life and this difficult journey, how she survived. I must say it was really, more difficult and more stressful. As you're listening to it, I hope as you are at home, you can learn a thing or two from it. Do make sure that you get to buy her book called Faith. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Dawning Experience with Chami on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us.